Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am joined by my buddies Dylan, the Awesonator, and the Right Dude from the Cool Kid Streams. Well, it's been a whole year since the release of the oh so beloved Halloween Ends. Ah, so we all
Yeah.
loved this one, didn't we?
Uh-huh. Sure.
All
We'll
seriousness
go with
aside,
that.
this was something I wanted to do. Like, I've never done like a retrospective stream before, and fuck it, I'm like, it's the Halloween season. I'm in the horror mood, and I'm in love with this trilogy. So, easy topic. So, the schedule for today is going to be: we are first going to look back on this movie, while sort of talking about the trilogy as a whole, but mainly about Halloween Ends. Then afterwards, we are going to talk about the recently announced news that Miramax has acquired the television rights for Halloween. We're going to talk about what we want to see from it, the direction we want it to go in. It's going to be fun. So, Halloween Ends. What did we think of it?
You really want to know, Zach?
Yeah.
You really want the brutally honest opinion of it?
Yeah, because we have went over it, and
Yeah.
me and my buddy Austin actually have reviewed all the Halloween movies. And if you want to look at that, it's all on my channel. So we'll do like a quick rundown of the original and the new ones. Well, not so much a rundown because we've done that already, but we all love the original.
Sure.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly. But then for the most part, we can all agree 2018 was good. It's
It
not
was solid.
amazing.
I like 2018.
If not amazing, then it was still good. It was definitely the return
Yeah.
to form that this series needed. Say what you will about the Rob Zombie films, but something like 2018 is what this series needed to get back on track.
Yeah.
Halloween Kills, I loved it, but I'm sure we could all agree, love it or hate it. It's a lot of fun.
It's okay.
It's I put
It's
Kills.
it's a pretty good movie.
I don't
think the
Kills
second one's my favorite.
Kills I don't hate as much as some people do. It's just kind of meh for me.
Yeah.
It's just more meh.
Yeah. It's definitely fun for fans if they're just looking for the carnage candy. Which, fair enough, it's called Halloween Kills, so it'd be pretty odd if it didn't deliver on that. So, but yeah, then Halloween Ends.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Just hearing that name makes me like shiver with like fear.
This was
disgustingness.
yeah. So it was my most anticipated film of 2022 for sure. But where were you guys as far as because putting it to context, with what you thought of Halloween Kills, did that get you geared up in any way for Halloween Ends, or is it like, I'll see it when it comes out?
I mean, for me at least, I wasn't really excited for it, but I was like, all right, look, it's the last movie. They really can't fuck this up. Not granted, I was wrong on that, but, I was like, look, it couldn't be as bad as I thought it was going to be, but damn, I was really surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, Halloween Kills was just a little bit of a disappointment. Like I said, I don't hate it, it's just meh. But it's like I was still willing to give it a chance because this was the last of the trilogy of this new sequel to this trilogy. Yeah. I had, and I mean, I will say the trailers looked okay. So,
the trailer was great.
Yeah. But it's like going into it, I had maybe a little bit of expectations because they got to start off with a banger, but it's like it did not work for me. Unfortunately, I was not able to see it in the theater because my work shift had doubled that week, and I was just exhausted as hell. So I ended up having to see it on Peacock because I didn't feel like going anywhere at the time. So
Yeah.
um,
I actually don't know if I've told y'all this. Because I loved all 3 movies. Like, it was a damn near perfect trilogy for me, but I've never told anyone this. But my initial reaction to Halloween Ends, like right after my first time seeing it, I was literally like, I don't know. Like, I was like, I wasn't like not mixed, not positive, not negative. I was just literally, I don't know. I need time to think about this, which I have never thought about a movie before, which we've all thought about that. Like, you're either positive, negative, or you're mixed. Have any of you guys ever walked out of a movie just literally thinking, I don't know?
I think the only movie I actually legit thought about that was probably, and I'm probably gonna get a little hate for this. I'm sorry, but Black Panther 2. And after hindsight, like, I appreciate what that film does for the character of Black Panther and the loss of the actor. But in hindsight, that is actually one of the worst movies I've seen in the MCU. I'm sorry, I know I'm crazy.
Yeah, it's fine.
But that's the only movie where I understand exactly where you're like, because I honestly, like, I was like, I don't know what I think about this movie. Like, I appreciate the film, but I don't talk about it at first. But for Halloween Ends, for me, I mean,
let's actually go over all the movies, because we've talked Scream with you a lot, I got this man right here.
Scream, but you have not talked about Halloween. Okay, so the first one, I know, I'm sorry, I hate the first one.
Oh my god.
I hate the first one. It was so boring to me. And I'm someone who likes story.
Listen, do never take Dylan's opinion seriously. This is the same guy who likes Morbius, but does not like the first Halloween movie.
The movie of all time, Mobius.
Yeah.
Morbius isn't that bad.
No.
Anyway, I am not a fan of the first Halloween movie. The second one actually ended up being my absolute favorite one. What's the second one named again? I forget the name.
It's just called Halloween. Even though it's a sequel, they just called it Halloween again. But
I call it Halloween.
Yeah, I call it Halloween.
I'm going to call it Halloween 2. Halloween 2 is actually my favorite film. I love the story. I love the build-up that they were having within the movie. And the third one, I feel like was a really good way to end it. I do not think you needed a fourth movie. Yes, they had some build-up for the next movie, and yes, I know they were going to be doing Halloween Ends, obviously, because that's when Zach was showing me them. But honestly, when I got done watching the third film, Halloween Kills, I felt like you really didn't need to have another Halloween after that. I mean, we just practically killed the bad guy, and then having him disappear. The boogeyman never is truly gone. I felt like you never needed another film after that. Halloween Ends. I went in this movie expecting one thing, and I feel like because I already knew going into it that this was already the film most hated. I kept my expectations low, but I expected one thing, and I got something completely different, as everyone did. So I don't hate this movie like everyone does. But I can understand because you expected one thing, and this movie turned out to be something completely different.
Because I was telling you, whatever you may end up thinking this movie is going to be, it's probably not going to be what you think. Like Luke.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting at all. I don't hate it. I like what they were trying to do. I feel like if you named this movie something else and you and you didn't promote it as this one thing, like Halloween Kills, you expect. I don't want to go into too much spoilers, but you expect this
spoilers,
to be.
Like most everyone here has seen them.
Yeah.
Okay. You expect this to be the big bad guy movie, right? You expect it to be the main build-up, and instead of that, we literally just have
This motherfucker.
a new guy show up,
Ah.
and he's a new bad guy. Now, I like the whole story of the old bad guy teaching the younger generation to be the supervillain.
You know what it's like?
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that terminology, even though I know it's completely stupid because this is Halloween Ends. I liked what they were trying to do. I just feel like I feel like that shouldn't have been what this story was, because this story should Halloween Ends. It should be Michael's big last hurrah movie, and Michael was almost not even in it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's any consolation, he was in it for a minute
Halloween
more than the
Ends,
original.
Michael's big last hurrah. That's what the title says to me, and that's not what this film was. Not to me, anyway.
What up, Devin? We got Devin in the chat.
Yeah, you know what? I would. I don't hate the film as much as everyone else, but I do have to agree that it's not the best. It's honestly. It's honestly only better than the first Halloween. I'm sorry, I don't like the first Halloween.
Oh God,
Oh,
this gets worse and
You
worse.
like Michael?
no, right, Austin?
You
Austin?
don't lie to me.
Ugh.
The first Halloween
Got
is
it.
my least favorite. Then it's
I
this
feel like I
one,
need to take
then
a
it's
shower.
third, and the second.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I have never heard
Where's my
anyone say
beaver?
that all my life. All my life, I've loved this movie. I've never once anyone said, "Yeah, that OG Halloween, nah." But look,
I'm sorry.
I get it, you know, because you know you're a fan of this franchise. You naturally want one thing: Michael Myers slaying bitches. You didn't get that, but I get it. But and that's why I wanted to let this movie marinate with me for a year, because I know I loved it initially, but I was like, all right, let's let this sit a bit and see if it still sticks with me after a year. Because like say Rise of Skywalker, loved that movie when I initially walked out of the theater. I even put it in my top 3 best of in my best of 2019 list. I know I had issues. But unlike that movie, which only got worse, I saw all the cracks in the story and all that. This movie's only got better for me. Like don't get me wrong. As I said before, I can play devil's advocate and see why people could get pissed. It is not. Oh, here we go. But like I said,
Somebody mentioned Halloween Ends.
Yeah, Devin, let's go.
now don't get
Yeah,
now, don't get me
Devin.
wrong, right? like if I had seen where 2018 and Kills were going, and all right, it's up to me to write Halloween Ends. I will agree. This is not what I would have written. This is not what I would have written at all, not even close. But I do like how it was going and how it's still linked to Laurie's storyline. You know, she doesn't want Allison to be affected in the same ways that she was when Michael attacked her originally. She doesn't want Allison to go down that same downward spiral of failure and depression that had plagued Laurie for so many years. And while it's albeit definitely not what we expected it to be, it works for me. So I've let it simmer for a year, so it works. But but like I said, it's not even questionable why people would get pissed. So if anyone were to tell me it didn't work for me, you know, this is what I wanted, I'm like, I get it. So yeah. All right. Now we got Devin here. So just not so much a quick rundown of the movies, we've been over that, but pretty much kind of run down what the context was for your expectations for the movie, given how you initially thought about Halloween Kills. Did it gear you up for Halloween Ends in any way, or, you know?
No, if anything, it made me dread the movie even more. I mean, y'all know I I think Halloween Kills is crap.
Mm-hmm.
The writing is terrible. The characters are stupid. The dialogue is just so goddamn cringeworthy and preachy and pretentious.
Really? Halloween Kills?
Yeah.
So I was not excited for this movie. I was willing to give it a shot, hoping we could at least get a good send off at least for this timeline. And instead of that, we got a movie following this annoying, bland little douche. Even though this is supposed to be the finale of a trilogy. And you sideline your established protagonist and your antagonist. Like, Laurie is barely in the movie. Michael is barely in the movie. Like, I mean, her being sidelined in this movie, it's not, granted, it's not as bad as her being sidelined in Kills.
Yeah, she at least has more meat on the bone in this movie, at least.
Yeah, I can give you that, but...
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean.
But this is the wrong way to end this trilogy from what you've established. Like, this Kills, 2018 Kills, that took 2 goddamn movies to get through. And instead of just picking up from that, it's just all the development is gone. 4 years later, write a memoir, show grief your tits. Corey Cunningham, douchebag. Yeah. Romance with Allison, non-existent, and Michael is... I have not seen Michael be treated as this much of a pussy since he got his ass whooped by Busta Rhymes in Halloween Resurrection.
It's pretty much like this, him and Corey. As soon as him and Michael tag team that officer in the cave, it's like...
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
You want to do karate in the garage? Yep.
But I actually have an interesting question for you guys, and I've hinted at this idea in the past. So, say that Halloween Ends was what it was originally supposed to be, still set on the same night, immediately after Kills. We get that as a third movie, but then say we get this as like an epilogue 4th film in the Blumhouse series, with still the same idea, several years later, then we get this new guy as a killer, but rather than Michael still being out there, it's dealing with the aftermath of Michael being dead. It kind of goes in that direction. Would you have dug it as like that's sort of like an afterword to Halloween Ends instead of that actually being Halloween Ends?
If it was just an epilogue,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But even then,
yeah.
Like maybe
I honestly
being
don't
necessary
feel like
because
Halloween Ends should have been made. I feel like Halloween Kills should have been the end of it.
Yeah, that's actually what I've heard a lot of people say is like you could tag on that last 10 minutes with taking him to the junkyard and just tag that onto the ending of Kills. I can get that. In fact, I actually did that as an experimental fan edit, so
2018 should have been the end.
That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
2018 should have been.
Oh yeah.
I liked the second Halloween, but I don't think Halloween Kills was the worst film ever. Definitely, I actually ended up liking Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Definitely not Halloween Ends.
Wait, hold on, Dylan. You say you like Halloween Kills, and yet you don't like the original.
Yeah, this opinion.
I don't like the
Dylan's
original.
opinion is wrong.
Phantom Zone him now.
Phantom Zone. Phantom
All right.
Phantom
I'll
Zone.
say it one more time before I get Phantom Zone. I do not like the original Halloween.
God.
And I was telling them like, shit. all my years being a Halloween fan, never once have I heard anyone say, yeah, that original Halloween, nah. Second best of the series, like second favorite, or obviously being first, yep. But I've never heard anyone say it's their least favorite.
I mean,
But
it's like saying. I mean, it's not like this is the original Friday the 13th. I mean, yeah, the original Friday the 13th is the one of the weaker ones.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like at least the last 15 minutes of that is good. Like
Yeah.
that whole chunk with Mrs. Voorhees is one of the best things in the entire franchise, even I'd say.
What, Zach? You don't want to see people make coffee or play strip Monopoly?
Ooh, spooky!
Give me more being fucked by a Jolly Green Giant in Rob Zombie's movies.
Oh God.
I'll take that over anything in the first hour of Friday the 13th. My God. Like we'll go back to Halloween in a second, but on that subject, it astounded me how much I was suddenly disliking this movie. Again, save for the Mrs. Voorhees stuff. Yeah. Holy shit.
I mean, we pretty much all agreed with you when you mentioned it on the popular films we don't like stream. So
Like, yeah, this isn't a hot take. He's right.
exactly. In fact, one of the best Friday 13th movies is the one that I watched last night with Mark,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to meet the director.
Yeah,
Tom
dude.
McLaughlin.
Kind of going back, it's kind of like Michael and Jason, but I remember when they announced that, or not when they initially announced the 2018 movie, but like when the trailers were starting coming out, I used Jason's song for the 2018. Oh, he's back. He's the man
Behind
the mask.
and he's out of control.
Oh man, awesome song. But so yeah. And as y'all know, I am currently working on a what if scenario for Halloween Ends for my YouTube channel. Because while I definitely like the movie for what it was, I can definitely attest that there are other ways it could have been done, you know. So I actually want to kind of maybe make that another subject. Keeping Halloween 2018 and even Kills as it was, what would you guys have done? Like, not like fully in-depth stuff, but like, what would your ideas have been, if any?
Cancel the third movie as quickly as possible.
Joking aside,
I'll give you that.
yeah, joking aside, like honestly, I would actually put the extended ending of Halloween Kills into the canon. You know, where she's like, "Yo, I'm coming for you, Michael." Leaves the hospital with a knife, and it's just a full-on one-person manhunt for like the entire movie. I mean, obviously, the other characters are going to show up, but it would just be full-on one-person manhunt. Doesn't that sound so much cooler? Like she's injured, but she's going out there. I'm gonna get you, motherfucker.
You know, I think what I would have done if you're going to do that, have that instead of immediately being thrusted into Corey, his whole shtick. What they should have done was immediately pick up after Kills, because I know you sent me this, Zach. There is a novelization where there was this whole bit of Laurie hunting after him, Michael hiding in like a shack.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, stumbling into the sewer,
Mm-hmm.
and someone I don't remember. Do you remember who it was that basically encouraged Laurie to just call it, like, give up?
It was Hawkins.
Hawkins. Okay, so why not just do that?
Yeah.
And also, if you were going to have Corey, if like our buddy, the Geek Informant, he did a How to Fix about the Halloween trilogy.
Yeah.
He had so many great ideas. He should have wrote the scripts.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
dude, John's great with those freaking what if ideas and just coming up with ideas right off the spot. But yeah, like Oh yeah, like going into some stuff that does admittedly bug me with the movie. You see, I can play fair. But there are some things, like especially after reading the novelization, I will admit, like, why the fuck wasn't this in the movie? Like even if you want to go with the Corey thing, fine, but you needed more of a connective tissue. I mean, you had the little prologue flashback thing from Lori at the beginning, yeah, after the credits, yeah, but like right at the beginning, you know, kind of like how Halloween Kills opened up right after 18. You have that connective tissue there. So, yeah,
That might have been better. That might have been better than what they eventually ended up with it being like, I don't know.
Yeah, and another thing,
it almost seems like it's 10 years later. Like, I know it's not, but I mean,
yeah, it's 4 years, but yeah, it. And another thing that bugs me, yeah, as cool as the scene is, you know, where Laura's like, you really think I was gonna kill myself, motherfucker? Bam, bam. And she's going in, you're like, I tried to have compassion, motherfucker, but what the fuck is the point? Like, I get all that, because she was trying to help him earlier, but at the same time, she never addresses and be like, she sees the mask, like, where the hell did you get that? So, yeah, there are things that do bug me in this movie, like, and it's not that those aren't easy fixes. All you have to do is, like, you'll still have all that same shit. I tried to have compassion, motherfucker. What the fuck is the point? Then she sees the mask and is like, where the fuck did you get that? You just add that into the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that was another thing that was cut for time. I don't know. There would have been like another a good 30 seconds. Just be like, where did you get that mask? Huh? Where did you get it, motherfucker?
Actually, that would probably fix a lot of that movie just right there.
Yeah.
Like remember, we gotta forget. We gotta remember, guys. This movie was written. This was written by David Gordon Green.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
What? We've seen Kills. We've even seen Exorcist Believer.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Logic.
Yep.
You know what sucks about this movie? This was the easiest movie you could have made. Like, literally. It is literally the simplest premise out of all of them.
Yeah.
And yet somehow they overcomplicated it.
It just seems like there's been a pattern, I know, for every time they try to reboot Halloween, like the original one, like it starts off strong and it fails. The H2O, it starts okay with H2O and then fails with Resurrection. Same for the Rob Zombie.
Resurrection. Yeah, you didn't even.
I mean, it just seems like it starts strong and then it just nosedives into by the end.
And you know what the thing is, though? The entire reason this trilogy exists, I mean, yeah, the Rob Zombie movies came first and then this trilogy, but you get what I mean. The entire reason this whole retcon and this trilogy exists is because Resurrection fucked up so bad. I guarantee you, I mean, as much as I love this trilogy, I'm glad these are movies that exist. I can attest, if they had never fucked up with fucked over H2O and made the other movie, then that would still be the ending. Probably we wouldn't have this they wouldn't have to do this trilogy.
Zach, this new Halloween trilogy is basically the most Halloween thing they could ever do, because literally the first movie's good and then it sucks at the end. Like, I've never seen a series take this many L's in like a long time.
I know, man.
I've seen every one of these movies, Zach, and let me tell you, like, this one is still up there with like Halloween 6, Resurrection, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, Halloween 5, as like one of the worst Halloween films ever. Like, literally, Michael had moss growing out of him. He was living in a sewer. Jamie Lee Curtis said, "Show evil their tits." Like, they had literally, like, they basically just said in this movie that Michael Myers is not the epitome of evil. He's literally just a shitty old man and has Corey Cunningham. Literally, like, he does the fucking Ghost Rider penance stare, and then to top it all off, Corey Cunningham literally ankle picks him and then beats his ass for 2 minutes and steals his mask.
And let's not forget, Corey was the one that got beat up by Band Geeks.
Band Geeks. This guy is around my age. and he's getting bullied by bad geeks.
Yeah, it does have. I don't know if you'll agree probably, but it does have an awesome sequence at the junkyard when he whoops some ass, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it the welding device kill was pretty neat.
Yeah.
And when he bashes the DJ's face in and he cuts his tongue out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some
That
good
was
kills
cool.
in this, but admittedly, it does. Oh, was I interrupting? Oh, okay. But it does admittedly lead to another issue I have, is that Michael only has one kill in this, like, or at least one kill on his own, because the cop in the cave, that was him and Corey. They tag teaming. So Michael pretty much only has one kill in the movie, and that's the chick when it.
Yeah, I think that he's supposed to be like super old now, but still, that is stupid to give him only one kill.
Wait, no, he killed Corey.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Corey killed himself.
No, I mean, he comes in later and breaks his neck, but
So yeah, Corey slits his throat, and then Michael comes in, and then yeah, like Zach said, he snaps his neck.
Oh, 2 kills then. So that is admittedly an issue. Like, again, it all goes back to the idea of if you want to do this Corey storyline, sure, go for it. It's just, could they really not have balanced out the kills more? You know,
yeah, it
between
would have
the
been
two?
way better, yeah.
Like, yeah, this is me. I'm just trying to play fair. It's like, I fucking love this movie, but there is some shit in it that bugs me. I'll give y'all credit. So, and the thing is, if you're gonna balance out the kills between Michael and Corey, Michael should still have, one up above
most of the kills.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it was like Slash Man and Knifewing. Like, that's what it came off as.
And the thing is, like, you cut out all the shit that's. Oh, wait a minute.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Bless you.
If you cut out all the shit that's in the novel, which apparently the novel was adapted from the first draft of the script. So this was planned to be part of the movie, but they just cut it. There's more kills for Michael right there. I mean, this movie was what, like an hour, 50 minutes, around the same.
It was almost 2 hours.
Yeah. You can give like another 10 minutes or so for Michael. Because there you go. That fixes pretty much 2 issues. That gives more screen time for Michael, and it gives him more kills. Because I think that's at least one of the things you could have fixed, is that if you gave more screen time and kills to Michael, I think this whole Corey idea would have fared a bit better with people. It's just the fact
I agree with you, actually, Zach, because I don't really have a problem with them trying to do. I see what they were trying to do. I just felt like they needed to balance it out. Yeah, I feel like Halloween is the name means Michael Myers, and really
it's like what Cody Leeds said. It's like there are some good ideas in here, but it is admittedly a very ill-advised idea. At least in the context of making this your final chapter. So that's pretty much. I mean, unless there's anything else y'all want to add to the Halloween end side of the topic.
Yeah, I was watching this movie on Peacock. It took me I think a day and a half to finish it, because literally I'm not joking here when I say this. I had to pause the movie to make sure that I was watching the right movie, because it was not a Halloween movie for the first hour, and then when it actually was a Halloween movie, it was one of the worst Halloween films I've ever watched. They Spider-Man 2'd Michael Myers across a graveyard, because you know how they were carrying him, they were carrying Spider-Man in the subway.
Yeah,
they literally Spider-Man 2 this man across a junkyard. Now,
how am I supposed to take that seriously? This is funny.
It is funny.
Ooh.
They turn him into a hamburger, and I'm just like, oh god, this.
Oh, I mean, Halloween: The Curse of Oscar Myers.
God. when I
want to be an Oscar Mayer winner.
Oscar Mayer winner. That actually is Oh, you can go.
I thought like the Oscar Mayer mobile was just gonna like start like driving in the background.
That is actually something else I want to ask you before we move on to the recent announcement from Miramax. Kind of going back to what if Halloween Ends was the original idea with it being set on the same night. Do you guys actually think the whole junkyard and the procession thing was a bad way to take Michael out? Or do you think it would have worked better in the context of this movie being set on the same night as the other two? Like, say that's still the ending. Like, they kill Michael but dispose of his body in the junkyard. And there's the whole procession.
If it was like one night, like I don't know if like see, I know I'm making this sound really stupid, but honestly, it wasn't a bad idea if you're trying to kill off Michael indefinitely.
Yeah.
But the problem is the movie does not make sense. It all should have just been one night. Like why it need to be so overly complicated and making this time jump? It does not make sense. It's just it doesn't work. Nothing in this movie works. It's a mess. The hour I don't even know how long the movie was. I think it was like over like an hour and a half. It literally felt like 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. Yeah, it's like, it's just.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big letdown for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when I saw it on Peacock, there was just so many things wrong with it. So
yeah. I got some good memories.
You were on your phone a lot of the time, right, Rob?
I was actually.
Yeah, you were texting me like, Devin, when is Michael going to show up?
Exactly, because I was watching Peacock. So.
And the thing is, the fact that Michael Myers doesn't show up, and I think the fact is that it's focused so much on this new character. I feel like if it was focused more on like Laurie and Hockey, the characters that we know for that amount of time, would you guys have liked it a bit more? Because it's not Corey, it's the other characters that we know. Mm-hmm. It's not just the fact that Michael doesn't show up for 40 minutes, it's the fact that it's focusing on all that time on Corey.
Yeah.
Or is that actually an issue for you? Just that in general, the fact that he doesn't show up for so long.
Like, I just think the issue is in a movie that long and him not showing up for most of the movie. I just think, like, because I know I hear the argument of, like, well, he didn't show up in, like, the first film until, like, towards the end. You don't see him. Yeah. But it also comes down to what you use that time doing. And I think, like, I heard one of you guys say that during one of your Cool Kids reviews of this film. Like, it's just a genuine shame. Like the Corey character as a whole could have worked if he was introduced much earlier. Like, to introduce a new character this important last minute, it basically takes away from your entire film, because you have to spend the entire thing building it up around something that it shouldn't have been built around to begin with.
And I've heard a few friends of mine say that another way the Corey idea could have worked for the third film is that if he was a character and had a presence in the other two.
Yeah.
Would that have worked better?
That would have been so much better, actually.
It would have been.
Like if he was actually in 2018, or at the very least in Kills.
If you didn't, like, focus on him, but he was a background character that we just started to know through the
I would actually say...
And in this film,
I would actually say not just in Kills. I would actually say if you're going to go for that deep an idea, like that he takes up the movie, he would have to be in the trilogy from the very beginning, like all the way in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Because with Halloween Kills being clustered the way it was with all the angry mob stuff, the other returning characters coming back, yeah, you would have had to establish Corey from the very beginning. So then you carry him to Kills and then into Ends. But yeah. But overall, that's why I wanted all these different varying opinions on here, because we have someone who loves it, those who don't like it, and someone who's in the middle. But those are the conversations I like to have, Yeah. I didn't want to just come on and just say, yeah, I didn't want to just come on and come off like I liked it, you guys are wrong, my opinion's the only one that matters. Because, like I said earlier, it is not a fucking surprise or question as to why people will be pissed off about this. It's very apparent. So now that we've gotten that out of that all discussed, I wanted to now bring this up because this was announced a few days ago now. I'm gonna bring it up. We all heard about the announcement that Miramax has landed the rights to make a TV show, and that is apparently going to kick off a cinematic universe. Thoughts?
Why does everything need to be a cinematic universe these days?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you,
The
Austin.
HDU.
Like, what are they gonna do for this?
Directed
That's
by
the
Taka
question.
Waititi's.
Oh
God,
no!
no!
Even worse.
You know
Taika
what?
Waititi's?
Are you
The comedy would
serious?
be even worse.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah,
Blood
we
and-
can't.
Blood-
We
Halloween, Blood and Blunder.
oh
Here's
yes,
my
'cause
question. Why can't they make something new?
because we can't wait for Michael to make like jokes every 2 minutes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's gonna be talking every minute of the movie. That'd be a big change. But all jokes aside,
He's gonna be like the Joker.
all jokes aside,
My
does
God.
the idea of a TV show interest you guys?
Like,
no.
I think this could work, but the problem is you would have to do the anthology route for the TV show format,
That's-
so it makes more sense.
yeah, that's exactly like Austin. That's exactly what I was gonna say. The only way this could work is for like a Twilight Zone anthology kind of series, you know,
Yeah,
or Tales from the Crypt, you know.
like you could do
The
like
reason
each
why
season.
I'm not interested in this, to be honest with you, is just because look at how many projects do similar projects to this, and all of them pretty much fail because they don't get the characters right, and they're only trying to make money, and they don't actually put in love and effort into the project. And I'm sitting here, I'm listening to this, and I'm like, this is just a profit for you guys. This is just a paycheck for you guys, isn't it? You guys are not going to put in love or care in this project at all. So why should I care for this project at all? I
The
know
most
that
that
this
we
is
have
a
heard
bad
about
idea.
this is that they've said that they're going to keep the franchise elevated. So it's going to be they're keeping the elevated horror route like the new trilogy was.
Oh, come
Oh
on, man.
God, damn it!
Oh, really?
More pretentious dialogue.
Now
Like we're gonna A24 this.
they
Yeah.
were actually in the running in the bidding war before Miramax won it out.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I mean, they did. I mean, they could do a good. They could do a good
Scream
slasher.
would be a better
Look at X.
franchise
Look
to
at-
do this
Look-
with than Halloween.
X.
Look at X and
Pearl.
look at Pearl.
Exactly.
Yes, dude. Like here's the thing. As much as I would want to say that I would have faith in A24 doing a good job with this because of movies like X and Pearl, you then got to remember, Bo is afraid. Men.
Man,
Man. Bodies, bodies,
Oh.
bodies.
Oh, and freaking shit. What the fuck was it? Midsommar. Fuck that movie.
Oh yeah. I still don't know. I still don't know what the fuck to make of that movie.
Wait, Zach, imagine it. Halloween, directed by Ari Aster. Written and directed by Ari Aster.
I can smell a Phantom coming on.
It'll be
like the other issue with this Halloween TV show is like if they end up doing the Michael Myers route again, what the fuck can you do with this character at this rate?
in a
They
TV
done-
show.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna pull a Jason X and put Michael into space or something?
Because we don't.
Yeah.
The
That's
worst
good-
thing
that's
they
what
could
we need.
do is just retread and remake what we know of the original film. Just retread all that again. We don't want that. So now even though it's not what I actually want, if they are going to do Michael Myers, I would say you could do a mix of it, like not necessarily an anthology, but rather each episode is the idea of Michael Myers being the boogeyman personified. Like
Yeah.
he goes into town, he creeps, he kills, and then he disappears without a trace. And while that can maybe be repetitive if you're doing it episodically, I think there's a way you could do that and make that work.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do this as a TV show, are they gonna try and do what Chucky is doing?
That's honestly, that was going to be a question I was going to ask everyone. If do you think that this TV show would be better or worse than season 2 of Chucky?
Honestly,
Mm,
maybe it's easy for me to say because I love the new trilogy, so that maybe gives me faith in this show. But I honestly don't know because I don't know if you guys saw my recent Saw ranking, but the worst of Chucky is like in concept of the Chucky franchise. I think the worst of Chucky is the worst horror franchise anything, as far as the worst stuff.
wow,
Damn.
worse than like Hellraiser or Children of the Corn, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw
It
Massacre?
comes close. It comes close. There's no denying, but yeah, I cannot sit through the worst of Chucky and just bear it. I can at least laugh at some of the bad things in Texas Chainsaw or the bad things in Friday the 13th. I mean, hell, Jason X is one of my big guilty pleasures. So is Jason Goes to Hell. But I'm sorry, Seed of Chucky. That's not like laugh at it bad. That's just bad. Season 2 of Chucky is just fucking weird, messy, and it makes it
Cringeworthy.
Yeah, cringeworthy.
Too many like continuity like errors, like establishing rules and
Be right back.
disregarding
And
rules.
let's not forget Agenda. Dun dun dun.
Done.
Like where
and
they
even
pretty
the
much.
worst of shit. And
No,
even the worst of Halloween, I'll grant you, Halloween 5 sucks. 6, even though there's some things I like in it, it sucks. Halloween Resurrection sucks, but even then, it's like I have fun with Buster Rhymes' character. Ironically, like that's kind of guilty pleasure stuff. But I'm sorry, yeah. So if they were to go to that route with you're going the Chucky route with Halloween, that will kind of worry me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I haven't seen season 3 of Chucky. I don't even know what the reception
Me neither.
is to it
I've
so
seen it
far.
either.
So, yeah.
I'm,
But,
I'm
what-
gonna wait until all the episodes are out because I know they're splitting in like 2 parts. You know, part 1 4 episodes, part 2 4 episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till all of them too.
All right. So let's see if we can find what they are saying. The Pact marks a new chapter in Miramax and Tranca's partnership on the Halloween franchise. Tranca most recently produced the successful Blumhouse trilogy directed by David Gordon Green. We couldn't be more excited to bring Halloween to television, Helwig said. We are thrilled to expand our long and successful partnership and the brilliant Malek Akkad and introducing this iconic franchise to a new form of storytelling and new generation of fans. New generation of fans. What is that? Now what I see here is that they're gonna try and market it more to not so much the original fan, not the fan base of the OG, but more just to a new demographic. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of see red flags there.
Rob, say it with me. Be afraid.
Afraid. Be very,
Very afraid.
afraid.
Yeah. But it all depends on what the direction is actually going to be. To their credit, we don't actually know if this is actually going to be more Michael Myers or if it's going to be something else. But honestly, I'm sure we could all agree. I want anthology, not just the Season of the Witch again, but just an anthology concept. And I know it's probably asking a lot, but I would even want some input from John Carpenter. Because he's always talked about the ideas that he's had for trying to take the franchise into the anthology route after Halloween 2, the original.
Yeah. But that's what I was also going to bring up too, is like how many people are actually going to go for this? Because the last time they did try to do the anthology route, it didn't turn out so well because everyone was like, oh, we want Michael Myers. Now, I'm hoping that everyone's come to their common senses now that since Halloween 3 is a lot more appreciated nowadays. But we kind of have to like wonder if the anthology route would go well in terms of the casual audiences, because if you do a Halloween related thing, everyone's going to be expecting Michael Myers. But
I feel like it would bode better just because the anthology concept in general is much more out there and people are just more familiar to the idea.
I think if they were going to try to keep this whole pattern of having an anthology, I think what should have happened was just like after the first one, they should just do something complete. Like as much as I enjoy the original Halloween 2, they should have just kept doing like a different story that takes place around Halloween. That way, people will not link the Halloween franchise to Michael Myers, and it will be it's just going to be like the Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt. Like just have a different story that takes place around Halloween. So if they were to do that, they should have just had then Michael Myers should only be in the original, and that's it. So.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just they got to be very, very careful with how they go about this. So now we all agree again. We want the anthology route. Now let's talk about who we would want to helm this project, like directors, like who we would want to see attached to it.
I honestly wouldn't mind seeing like just a number of different directors, not just like one guy doing everything, like maybe like a different director for each kind of story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I would say, like
Oh yeah, like kind of like the VHS movies where each segment is actually directed by different directors.
It's like the Twilight Zone movie in a way, because that was actually direct. Because even though the idea came from John Lasseter and Steven Spielberg, there were actually those two were only because they had those two, and then they had the two other people, George Miller and what's the guy who did Gremlins?
Joe Dante.
Dante, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's just, but yeah.
And for the love of God, do not bring David Gordon Green back.
Yeah, please don't.
After The Exorcist Believer, it should be a law in the U.S. Constitution that it is illegal for him to do requels. As well as his writing team and collude, especially the one guy who did Firestarter, who also wrote Halloween Kills and did the story for Exorcist Believer.
Oh, the writer of Halloween Kills direct. I did not know that.
Yeah. Scott Teams.
I haven't.
What in the Matrix hell?
What were you gonna say, Austin?
I haven't seen Exorcist Believer, but after hearing everything about this movie, I'd never want to see David Gordon Green.
I'll tell you what, Austin, go watch our live stream of Exorcist Believer. We go into detail about that movie.
It's more entertaining than the actual movie.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, the two people, like Zach and John, were the most positive about the movie.
And even then, they didn't think it was good.
No. It's like, and I like to dwell on it again, because if you want to see a more in-depth thoughts, you can watch our live stream. But I like the movie The Exorcist Believer could have been. Strip away all the sequel ingredients, the callbacks, bringing back characters. And I think it could have been a good movie, like a good standalone movie, not an Exorcist sequel. But, yeah. Plus, they disrespected Ellen Burstyn, so If that's what they do to, oh my god, I just realized this. If this is what they do to Ellen Burstyn, and if the rumors are true that Reagan is going to be the one to have the expanded role in the next one, I dread what they're going to do to her.
They'll probably have
Reagan.
Reagan, let Jesus fuck you.
But yeah. All the sequel stuff in the movie, not a good execution, not at all.
Yeah.
Like, I do not like the legacy sequel ingredients in that movie at all. God,
It's you know it means a lot when even the biggest defender of the new Halloween trilogy can't even defend David Gordon Green's follow up.
yeah, like, but now, shit. What was my? I think I had one last topic that we're gonna wrap it up with. Even though most of you think David Gordon Green fucked it up with the last two movies in the trilogy, does that destroy your faith in him entirely just as a director? Not just with horror stuff, but as a director in general?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean,
He's
not
already.
just, I mean, not
He's
just
in
horror
the.
stuff, not just horror stuff, but anything.
Yeah, in general, like Zach, he's in the movie Graveyard.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. Like, I'm not. I guess in a way I'll see these next two movies, but it's like I probably won't be excited for them because I at least tried giving Believer a chance. Like, all right, let's see if this will be good, but it wasn't. I have no faith in these sequels at all now.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Then
And
what
the
about
thing is, I've already heard, by the way, that they're going to do some creative reworking of the next two movies.
The only sequel
As in,
I
like,
actually
Gordon
have
Green's not
faith
gonna be
in,
involved
strangely
there.
enough, is the Scream. Scream. What we at? Zach, help me out. Is it Scream 24 or something like that, dude? But the next Scream movie is probably the only like sequel Halloween film that, or scary film that I'm actually interested in because Scream has always been just absolutely quality all the way around. So until it's not, I'm interested in it.
Oh yeah, that's a huge testament to Scream's quality. Like, me being the Halloween guy still says that Scream is the most consistent in quality of all the horror franchises. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Scream 7. We'll see what it leads to, but
is it going to be called Screven?
Yeah.
Greavy,
Greavy.
Scripforum.
Scripforum.
Oh, Scripfivum, or damn, I wish they called it Five Cream. Yeah, I was
wanted 5 cream.
That would have.
Yeah, but
Take 3 in.
oh my god, that movie sucks. So
Forkin.
I haven't seen Take 3 in.
or Expendables, which sucked too, by the way.
Mathregan Fan 4 Stick.
What the fuck is with these titles? Or Star, The Force Awakens Wars.
Or what about this? The sequel, Talk 2. Me.
That'd actually be pretty creative. I still haven't seen Talk to Me yet, but I've heard great.
Oh, Talk to Me is amazing.
It is great. It is great.
Hell,
I would say it was probably my favorite horror movie this year.
That's actually a good question. Like, because obviously, like, man, there has been some good horror films this year, hasn't there?
So Evil Dead Rise is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk to Me is fantastic.
Fantastic.
No one will save you is great.
All I love, no one will save
And I
you.
heard that there's this Totally Killer or something.
I haven't seen Totally Killer yet.
I've seen it. It's a lot of fun.
Saw X is good.
Saw X is fantastic. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen my Saw ranking yet. It's on my channel, but I deliberately stated that no bullshit. Saw X is actually up there with Elemental as one of my favorite films of the year. I have never said that about a Saw movie before. As much as I like the franchise.
And another one that
Well,
was
guys,
actually
I hate
like,
to say this, but I gotta go actually because it's time
Oh.
for me to make dinner and stuff like that. So I'll talk to you guys later, okay? But
right,
yeah,
thank you.
Halloween ends. It was all right. I'm in the middle on it.
Yeah.
Halloween in Kills was way better. Halloween 2 is the best, and I am sorry, Halloween sucks.
Yeah, Phantom Zone you out.
get him
Come on,
out
come
of
on.
here now
Do it.
and
God,
don't let him back in.
This is the worst opinion I've ever heard.
Where the
We thought Zach had bad taste.
where the
I was gonna say it was
You know what,
controversial.
You know what, Dylan?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Oh, he left, but you know what, Dylan?
Fuck your mama. Fuck your sister. Fuck your grandma. Most of all, fuck you.
I love Dylan though. He's a cool guy, but dude, that. Whew,
And another horror movie that came out this year that was actually good. It Lives Inside.
Oh yeah, it lives inside. Yeah, that is really good.
hmm,
Lives inside.
used to the list.
Let's see. The Nun 2 sucked.
Yeah, it did
I
suck.
heard that the
Alum was bad. Pet Cemetery Bloodlines was bad.
Devin, don't forget about your favorite movie of the year, Skinamarink. I'll take my Phantom Zone. Thank you very much.
You ain't getting Phantom Zone yet, just so long as you don't mention something else.
Oh my god, guys!
Want to
see something scary? Ready?
Oh my goodness! Give this man an Oscar. Give this man an Oscar. He knows about Oscar caliber quality horror.
Yeah. Why isn't anyone calling me a genius? Like, yeah, Skinamarink is Skinamarink. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey sucked. Last Voyage of the Demeter was bad.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Last Voyage of Demeter.
Don't you say it?
And I know there were people out there that loved Infinity Pool, but
I'm just
Rob
I'm
and I,
not,
we could not get into it.
even my brother I think my brother even hated it more than we did, Devin.
I couldn't even.
It was
finish
so
that movie.
boring.
The fuck was that supposed to be like? Intriguing ideas maybe for trying to be different, but it's just like I couldn't follow it, so I couldn't even finish.
Wait! You saw Infinity Pool as well?
I didn't finish it. I think I got like, I don't know, 20.
I really don't see what John and Mark see in this movie, and I think even Rome liked it for some reason.
Oh my god, how
Pacing
bad was that
awful.
pacing?
The pacing was awful.
It's like an hour and 58 minutes, and it's like we always say, feels like 3 hours.
And
By the way,
No,
Bo is
No.
afraid.
I'll get you, and I'll look like a bloody accident.
but what I was gonna say, sorry, go on.
Sorry, Rob.
No, I was gonna say, going back to Infinity Pool, I was thinking about like the thing that pretty much horrified Vin, the titty sucking scene.
nothing is worse than the Alaskan bullworm's sweet home Alabama deformed cousin. I have spoken. It is law. I will not be argued.
Look, I mean, come on. Let's be honest here, guys. If you want to watch an actual good 3-hour black comedy, Wolf of Wall Street.
Thank you.
One of Leo's best performances. Leo.
One of Scorsese's best.
I was gonna say it's in my top 3 favorite Martin Scorsese movies.
Oh, same here. Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, speaking of our next Cool Kid stream, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Exactly.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
Scorsese.
looking forward to that one. I heard it's like what 4 hours long or something.
3.5 actually.
Not bad.
And it's getting critical acclaim. And again, it's Martin Scorsese.
You can't go wrong with the guy.
Yep.
Unless for some reason he got blackmailed into making a voice, voicing a character like he did in Shark Tale.
Yeah, I don't know how they got Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro.
You know what the
for
effects of,
Shark Tale?
you know what all the effects of Shark Tale pretty much look like? That it literally looks like freaking Uncanny Valley shit.
If you notice that it's kind of weird that we were supposed to be talking about Halloween and we pretty much veered off into other shit.
Yeah.
I mean, did we make our points?
We did,
Yeah,
yeah.
we did. Yeah, we did. But you know what's funny though? Aside from Saw X, I'm disappointed at least in the month of October's lineup for horror films.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
you would
let's
think
be honest.
that the Halloween season would actually have decent horror films, but no.
Like I'm not writing off Five Nights at Freddy's or trying to say I think it's gonna be bad, but I'm just not looking forward to it.
I know I'm going to see it though. If I decide to see it with my girlfriend's son, it depends on how his grades are. So before that's why I haven't gotten tickets for it yet.
And you know what says a lot when about a newly released 2023 movie when I'm more excited for the re-release of a 30-year-old Tim Burton classic. Excuse me, Henry Selick classic. Wink, wink.
Boom.
Which I am actually gonna go try to go see that. By the way, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to. Be like, you know what, this is too much of a classic. I gotta go see it.
I know.
I've absolutely seen that.
I mean, I actually remember a few years ago watching, going to the theater to have like a double feature with my brother with Nightmare Before Christmas and Hocus Pocus.
Oh, that was in our theater too. They really released Hocus Pocus as well.
Yeah.
I've been a lot of re-releases this year. Has anyone noticed? Like Titanic, House of a Thousand Corpses, Jurassic Park. Like a lot of anniversary re-releases.
Jurassic Park got re-released?
Oh yeah, this year was the 30th.
It's been 30 years because the movie came out in 1993.
Oh, and it was in 3D, or at least it was in 3D in my theater. Why do 3D for Jurassic Park? What's 3D about it? Like, I don't know.
Oh look, a T-Rex head is coming at you.
Yeah, at least it gave Toy Story 2 something good to parody. Dinosaur overboard!
Help! Help! Slow down! Dinosaur overboard!
Man, Toy Story.
Remain seated, please.
I guess, we'll probably wrap it up in a second, but can we all agree that Toy Story 2 has, the funniest bloopers during the end credits? Because that's something...
Oh my god, yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Prospector, how about you? You see, I think I can get you a role in Toy Story 3. Oh my god.
That was hilarious. That's honestly, to me, that's still the best Toy Story movie, is Toy Story 2.
Oh, it always was for me. Like, before Toy Story 4 came out, 2 was always my favorite of the trilogy. So, it's my second favorite, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
although, funny enough, I'm probably the only one that actually remember seeing all 4 of them in theaters.
Yeah.
I've only seen 3. I didn't see 4.
Oh.
I was a baby when 2 came out, and I wasn't even born yet when the first one came out.
Okay. Oh, did you watch the re-release of the first Toy Story?
No.
You said 3, though.
No, I've only seen the 3rd movie in theaters.
I thought you said I've seen 3 of the 4. That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Oh no. I think I jumped on a pirate ship for Toy Story 4.
Oh, you weren't excited for it, huh?
No.
Not after that perfect ending from 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't y'all miss when Pixar used to do those end credit blooper jokes? I freaking
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the thing I miss.
Oh, those are
most.
so much fun.
They are fun.
Like, could you imagine the bloopers they could have done for Elemental per se?
Oh, those
Yeah.
would have been gold.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give Elemental another shot.
Yeah.
Because I remember thinking it was just okay.
I thought it was so all right.
Yep, it's still my favorite movie of the year. Like, it's not that I'm rigging it and having it locked yet, but it just simply is still.
But then again, we do know what the best Pixar movie is. Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Oh, I was about to finish on you real quick if you had said.
Then what? Oh, and another one, Turning Red.
Damn, that's one nasty motherfucker.
I'm kidding. I mean, even though I really like Turning Red.
Yeah,
I do too.
yeah. But anything else that we could add to? Because I think we pretty much went over like what we still think of Halloween End. We went over what we think of the TV show, people who we want to see direct. So, any last things you want to see about any of those topics before we wrap up?
I thought I could think of.
But yeah, this was a lot of fun. This was definitely something I wanted to do because I love the whole trilogy. So even if most of you guys' thoughts hadn't changed, I definitely did want to do this kind of a year later thing, And then we had the TV show stuff to talk about, so that it added more meat to the bone. So that was good that we had that. So before we wrap it up, though, I will allow Devin and Right Dude to advertise what is coming up for the Cool Kids channel, which I frequently collaborate with.
Okay. Well, as Devin already said, the next review we will be doing will be Killers of the Flower Moon, and that will be next Saturday. Nice. So a week from now, and then after that, we will be doing two streams the week after, which is like a special stream, and we're going to be doing the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh yeah, we're still doing the Halloween memory stream, huh?
Oh yeah,
that was a special stream. I wasn't going to spoil it, but okay.
Oh,
I mean, just remember, Zach, if you want to be on that stream, you have to have a costume.
Yes.
Question: how many people do you got for the Five Nights at Freddy's panel?
I'm gonna go. I guess
we might have full house.
Okay.
I know I probably won't be able to. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to make it for the Five Nights at Freddy's review because I might be going to a Halloween party that night. But I will at least try to see the movie. I know Kane's really looking forward to it, but we'll have to see how his grades are.
Yep. Hopefully they pick up, man. But so yeah, that is what will be going on for the Cool Kids stream. If you are watching for the first time, go to the Cool Kids channel and subscribe. We do awesome content on there. I frequently collaborate with them. These are awesome individuals. And then as far as my channel, I did recently record a Saw ranking, which is now up on the channel to watch. And I put a pretty funny little Chucky joke at the end, which I came up with that last minute. I guess I should mention that. And then in a few days, actually, we'll be going live again, which I will hopefully be joined by a few people to do a live watch along of the literal scariest movie I have ever seen in my life, the Night of the Living Dead remake from 1990. So
when was that again? I forgot.
I have it set for the 19th, but that's mostly just a placeholder for if, because I do want to get all of you, a lot of you on, and so it's mostly a placeholder date just in case I have to change it to so I can accommodate for everyone's schedules. But and then as far as my channel, on the 31st, I will be recording a video of my now definitive ranking of the Halloween films. That does not negate the stream that we did last year. That was a lot of fun. I certainly had some takes.
That stream was something.
I was gonna say kills over the original.
And Aiden dragging things along to
Oh,
Aiden, if you're watching, love you, man. You know, you're a cool dude, but yeah. Because that was honestly a stream that I was just gonna go like 2 hours or so. That's what I was intending. So, but yeah, so that is what I have planned for the future. We're gonna be watching Night of the Living Dead 1990 live on the 19th, possibly, and then on the 31st, I will be premiering my final definitive ranking of the Halloween movies, which I wasn't originally going to do, but a few of my spots have now definitively changed. So, yeah. Now, I want to thank everyone for watching, as always. And just so long as you guys are entertained, then that's all that matters to me. So until next time, this is our opinion. Why the fuck did I say that? Later, fellas.
I